Okay, here's where we check the file fit, or actually check the fit of the rings, because the rings, this is one of the piston rings I'm going to use. You can slide it in this cylinder like that, and this is what's called a piston ring squaring tool, where it'll push it down a specific where it's nice and even. Then you take a feeler gauge and you can measure this gap of the ring. And for different engines, for different uses, you open up this gap, because everything that's steel is it gets larger as it warms up. So the hotter this ring gets, it's going to grow, and when it grows, it's going to close that gap up. So for a turbocharged engine or a nitrous engine, you would widen this gap up. You know, every engine builder, every piston manufacturer, they've kind of all got their own theories and opinions about this. I'm not going to go into all that. You can research it on your own, do whatever you want to do. If you need to open these up, some factory style rings are more for a stock replacement engine. These kind of come where you just put them in. You wouldn't have to ever file them. But are more expensive, like a racing engine ring kit, it specifically states it's a file fit ring, where you have to file fit these. Like when you first put this in, like where I just checked that with that feeler gauge, it was 22 thousandths. Some file fit rings that'll come, it might only be 10, and you've got to open it up because they want you to make sure you check this and massage it into place. If you ever have to open one of these up, I'm going to pull this back out, and we're going to walk over here to my piston ring grinder. And I don't have this mounted yet, but here's the theory of it. You put a piston ring in and you squeeze it against the blade, and then you run this hand grinder, and it'll take a little bit off of that to widen the gap up if you need to. I'm not going to go through, and this is kind of time consuming. I'm not going to waste a lot of time letting you watch me monkey dick around with this, but that's the theory of it. And then after you grind it, you can take like a fine file and deburr this edge, or even like a whetstone, a sharpening stone, like you'd sharpen a pocket knife with. Just be very careful that you don't chip any of the surface away from here. And but once I get all these rings file fit, I'll show you how I put them on the piston. I'm going to drop the number 1 piston in the hole and attach it. Then I'm going to degree the camshaft. So I'm just going to show you the 1 piston that I do, because the other 7 are the same way, and then show you how to degree the cam.